This is a lesson on the left-hand exercises at the back of my Volume 2 method book. There's a link for the book underneath the video, but feel free to watch the video for free and grab some beginner tips on these basic exercises. So we're just going to go over a couple of exercises and I'll point out a few tips, but if you've already gone through the first method book, some of these will be familiar to you already, and some of them will be new, but you can just approach them in the same way that we did before. So the first example is just all four fingers on each string. And we did this in the first method book as well, but the main idea is to play on your fingertips, curvature in each finger, keep your knuckles aligned with the strings. And we'll keep our fingers down as we play. You can either use IM the whole time or thumb on the bass strings. And then fingers for the top strings. Just notice how all the fingers are staying curved the whole time. Thumb is behind the second finger. Everything is just really natural, like you're holding an orange or something, right? When you cross over from one string to the next, make sure to hold this note until you hear the next note occur. That way it's legato across the strings as well as on each individual string. The next example is just 1 and 4. These two fingers are so important to practice, so I just did an exercise with just those ones. Then all the same tips apply, but we're going to go horizontally across the strings with a pattern of 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, and then we just do the same pattern up 1 fret. 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. Then you shift up 1 fret. 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. Up a fret. 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. And you try to create a continuous exercise. Then we'll learn 2 movable scale patterns. They don't involve shifts, so again, everything that you learned in that 4-fingered exercise applies here. So we'll do an A major scale. That's starting at the 4th position, 2nd finger on the 5th fret. Keep your fingers hovering over the frets that they need to play. That way they won't play on a wrong fret. They have to be very secure in that way. Very stable. Then also keep your fingers close to the strings so you're not doing big motions like that. But that puts together a lot of different things that we've learned in the book. The D major scale pattern is pretty much the exact same fingering except starting on the 5th string. It's only 1 octave. So you'll notice it uses the same finger pattern as the bottom part of that A major scale. Just remember, on your fingertips, curved fingers, knuckles aligned with the strings. Keep your fingers hovering over their respective frets. And then the last 2 things are just chromatic scales. That's playing every note within the position, which is a great exercise for early intermediate students. So the 2-octave E chromatic scale. When you do the 3-octave chromatic scale, you're just going to be extending the scale up the 1st string, so it'll involve a shift. shifting up, keep your first finger down. Keep that finger down and slide it up the string to the 5th fret. Slide it up. You could keep it down on the way down, but it's not as necessary. You might find it tricky to shift down, so just go very, very slowly and give it lots of time. Keep your fingers very aligned. Don't let your hand get out of whack when you shift. You have to keep your fingers in the 4-fret stance and then just move the hand down. Another thing to keep an eye on is make sure your thumb stays behind your 2nd finger as you shift up the neck. Don't let it lag behind. That's a very common mistake for students. So keep that hand aligned and the arm just moves the hand around. So again, don't worry too much about fancy ways of practicing this material. For now, in the method book stage, you just give it a good practice with good hand positions, and then later on we can come up with fancier exercises to challenge you.